Hey, what's going on, everybody? And today we're going to do an oil change on this Toyota Solara. And if you own a Toyota, especially an older one, this has the 1MZ V6, and they are known for producing a ton of oil sludge. Really thick, it builds up on your valves, and it'll cause a lot of issues. So make sure you're using high quality oil, a good filter, and you're changing your oil often. If you don't do that, you're gonna get a lot of engine sludge and it's really bad. So today we're gonna be doing an oil change on this grill right here. Seen in the recent videos, I've done the timing belt, water pump, did the head gasket. So if you have any problems with those, check back on my videos and it'll walk you through everything. But for right now, let's change this oil. All right, let me show you what I mean by engine sludge. And right here, I got a flashlight on it. You can see all that buildup. And it gets 10 times worse underneath the valve cover. And then while I had everything torn apart, I did clean out, for the most part, everything that I could. Still have just a little bit of sludge in there. Underneath it looks really good. But this is due to how Toyota made these motors. They just produce a ton of sludge. So make sure you take care of that. And then the filter, there's your oil filter right here, right in the front. And that's if you have the 1MZ V6 motor. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep going. All right, so underneath the car, you got your oil pan. It's actually right next to your exhaust. So just look to the left of it, and that is your drain plug. So go ahead and grab a 14, and you'll be able to take that bolt off, and hopefully it's not tight. It doesn't need to be too tight, but go ahead and take that off and start draining the oil. Alright, so once you got it loosened up, make sure you position your drain pan underneath it. And this is a little bit of a tight spot. So what I'm gonna do is unscrew that drain plug. I'm just gonna let it drop inside and drain out all the oil. Once that is done, then what I'll do is I'm gonna move this forward and take care of the oil filter. All right, so now that we have everything drained, you can see we got the oil pan underneath there, and I'm gonna reach down and start unscrewing this oil filter. Let's see if we can get it in there so you can see. It's right underneath the header. And it is really tight. I'm gonna have to grab some pliers and undo it. All right, so as you can see, we got the oil filter off. Let's see if we can get this camera down in there. That is where the oil filter goes. Make sure you wipe that surface down nice and clean, and make sure the old gasket is off of the old oil filter. All right, so I just got this filter. It's a ST3614, as you can see. So just a little cheaper filter. And then for the oil, I'm gonna go with this Mobil 1 high mileage 5W30. It's a full synthetic. It'll be a lot better than what was running there before, which was just a cheap oil. So use some good oil and it'll prevent a lot of that sludge buildup in your motor. All right, so all I did was put just a little bit of oil on this new rubber gasket. That way it seats up properly Then I'm gonna be putting it in right here. And with this, I'm gonna go hand tight, and that's pretty much all you'll need to do. So I'm just gonna crank it on as tight as I can with my hand. All right, and that's it. So that will hold. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the drain plug in. All right, with the drain plug, it also has a little O-ring. Make sure that you put a little bit of oil on that. And then when you go to put it in, just get it hand tight. All right, so we got it hand tight. Now all I'm gonna do is do just maybe a quarter turn. So I'm gonna get it snug. Just use one finger to get it snug. There we go. And now I'm just gonna do about less than a quarter turn. That's it. So you don't need a whole lot. I'm just gonna double check. You don't need a lot of pressure on those plugs. All right, and one really cool thing about this deal I got from Walmart, it holds 12 quarts. It was 49 bucks, so that's pretty cheap for a Mobile One full synthetic. And then it has this really cool spout. You'll have to take this off, fish this out from inside. Do not use a knife because you will cut the bag inside. But it has this cool little spout. You just twist it and oil will start coming out. So it comes out pretty quick, so make sure you guys are constantly checking the oil in your car. All right, and what's nice about this, you can just set it on top of your motor. And like I said, all you gotta do is twist it open and start filling up. And then I will make sure I double check my dipstick because this does come out pretty quick. But this is a cool little box that Walmart has, so make sure you guys check it out. Now it's time for me to check the oil and see where it's at. I don't even think I'm quite there yet. Still showing nothing on the dipstick. So we'll put some more in. And I'm just gonna keep doing this until it is full. All right, so we got the correct amount of oil in there. Probably can't see that on camera. Either way, we're up to that line, the top line. So now what I gotta do is start the car, so that way the oil will fill up the oil filter itself. So I'm gonna let it run for just a few seconds to get the oil circulating. Then turn off the car, let it sit for a sec, and then double check my oil. So I'm letting it run for a minute, and then while it's running, you can check to make sure that you don't have any leaks coming from your oil drain plug and your oil filter. So now we got that circulating through the filter, you need to shut it off and double check it. All right guys, so that's it for this oil change. So it takes roughly, I'd say 5 quarts. That's including filling up the oil filter. So when you guys do this, if you just make sure you fill it up to the top line, start the car, and obviously your oil level is going to drop because it's going to fill up in the oil filter and everything like that. So other than that, it was fairly cheap, and you're looking at as about $55 in the parts, including the oil. So 50 bucks for the oil, that's 12 quarts, and obviously I only use about 5 quarts of it, so I'm going to use it on my other vehicles, so it's fairly cheap. The filter was about $3, so you can't go wrong with doing an oil change yourself. It's really inexpensive, and you know, it's just do it. You can get a higher quality oil. Like I said, I do Mobil 1 full synthetic in all my vehicles, so you can't go wrong with that. Just choose your own oil, whatever you like to do. But that's it for this 99 Toyota Solara oil change. Good luck, guys, with all your projects, and if you need help with anything else, check back on my other video. It'll show me taking out the alternator and everything like that. So if you have questions, just go back through my other videos. Hopefully it'll answer some for you. Thank you.